tax collector.
Welcome to Courtesy Flush. Tonight we're going to be playing some more Sherlock Holmes in the case of the Rose Tattoo, in which we had found...
I was going to say, in like the... are we on our third or fourth twist at this point?
There's been so many twists in this game, we're not entirely certain what's going on, so it's just... something's happening, and we're here to figure out what's going on. And, yeah, this music's actually, Jotun, this music's actually from Under a Killing Moon. That's Tex Murphy's Office music. Really like it. We've been using it pretty much for every adventure game, mystery we've been playing. I try to keep things somewhat thematic, but, you know, it's about as thematic as easily I set these things up, so what can you do? But, well, let's launch into the game. Let me make sure I get it full screen for you, Nick. There you go. I think it should be loading. Well, it was. Yes, I've changed the music because I got tired of that. Here's the thing, I love the MT32, but for this game in particular, it just doesn't sound that good, so I decided to get my SC55 out for this. So you have to reload the game.
Yep.
This is before main menus were a thing, I guess. Not really. They just didn't include one. This Gary has more twists than a Twizzler. Hey, Quenchel, how's it going? Yeah, we're going to play Tex Murphy with Mecha on Monday.
I think we had finished examining him, maybe? Yeah, because we had discovered the tattoo. With appropriate stinger music, apparently.
Now we have, yeah. Now that the music doesn't sound weird, we can actually understand what's happening.
Okay.
What are you looking? Oh, we gotta cover it back up. Did we not gonna look through the whole body, Nick?
Well, I think we did. I think we did last time.
I think what happened was it probably didn't save until afterwards. Ah!
I don't know. Like, we can smell. I don't know what smelling does, per se.
Who knows? The stench of the polluted Thames and the smell of cordite make it impossible to detect whether a victim was discernible cologne or smoked a particular cigar. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, we looked at...
You looked at his
we
stuff.
Searched through the clothes, discovered he had a hat that was much nicer. Yeah, so River Boy emptied out his pockets. We have the hat that the victim was found with, but we determined that that was not the hat that he most likely owned because it's a much nicer hat than his clothes would suggest. Don't have anything to say to him. Do we have any reason to examine Sir Herbert's body? I don't think so.
Yeah, well, let's try it anyway.
I'd like to examine Sir Hubert's body again.
He's in number 2, Mr. Holmes. Keeping cool.
Number 2, so it's that one.
This one?
Yeah. That's what I would assume.
Wait.
1, 2, 3,
Modern
and 4.
science is now equipped to hygienically stockpile the coroner's handiwork. Behind these stainless steel drawers, huge blocks of ice keep the cadavers cold until they are released for burial or cremation. Who's...
Yeah, let's take a look inside. It just peeks behind the lair. The frigid drawer has given Sir Hubert's skin a decidedly blue tinge.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything more we need to do there.
Why is it blue?
So, you know what? Good question.
Why? Yeah, why is it blue? They don't turn blue in a morgue because they don't have refrigeration.
Well, no, they do.
Okay, well,
That was the whole thing. It had blocks of ice.
that's right. You showed me that. Me and Nick went on we went on that trip to the train museum that was in Ohio, and you showed us how they loaded up the ice trains, and it's pretty insane.
But anyways, like the description just said that they had blocks of ice to keep bodies cold. But that's usually more living people that turn blue. I don't know that that would do that to a corpse.
More gold, Your Majesty.
Whoa. 69, nice. Hey, Ether, how's it going?
Strangely, the corpse you found had no personal effects. Perhaps some of them found their way here.
You'll never know. Got no rights to snoop. Man's home's his castle.
If you'd prefer, I can bring back a warrant and a load of policemen.
No need for that. I'm guilty of nothing. I didn't shoot the bloke. I kept him from going to sea.
And took a souvenir from the body, Mr. Needham? A remembrance of your good deed?
Go ahead. See what you can find. Nothing worth sixpence, or I'm related to the Queen.
Fair enough. Hi, Kai, how's it going? Now he's not mad because you're going through it. An assortment of affecting objects are stored in the glory hole. A child's sweater, a wooden doll, a piece of lace share space with a dilapidated umbrellas, a horse-haired brush, and an old stovepipe hat. The chest smells distinctly of the river, and droplets dot the floor in front of it. Ah, definitely a sea chest. There's a hat, though. Rummage. That's an option we've never seen before. A sodden blue cravat lies crumpled in a corner of the chest.
Would you mess about with the quality's possessions? Poor man's got no rights.
I'm agog at the items you rescued from the river. True objet trouvé.
Oh, a tie.
Oh, that's the cravat that we just found by rummaging. Okay.
What about look? Oh, okay. Never mind. You already did that.
Yeah.
Hey, Ziopa. How's it going?
By the way, for anybody confused, this
Nice.
is the guy that pulled the corpse out of the river that has the rose tattoo.
Yeah.
When did you lose your family, Needham?
My missus and daughter died by cholera. I've been alone these 20 years.
I'm sorry. A solitary life is hard.
Oh, man. Cholera was no joke.
What's the source of these water droplets? The visible objects are dry.
I live by water. Cut me in the River Thames would drain out.
Very poetic and partially true. It is river water, no question, but not from your veins. Those are the victim's shoes, Mr. Needham. You can't possibly wear them.
But they might be worth something at the Spitalfields tumble.
I wonder if they exhaust the items you relieved him of.
What else does he have to say?
Oh, we can...
Yeah.
Never mind. Going back to the tie.
This
I
poor
think
guy.
is-
Let's take a look. University graduates who wish to advertise their college affiliation wear such ties. This one bears the Cambridge University crest and the Magdalen College coat of arms.
It's soaked through, Holmes. No good for use or ornament, and it will drench your pockets.
I suppose I can live without it.
Ah,
But it's enough that we figured now that we've noticed it more, we can probably ask him, yep, that tie belongs to the victim.
That tie belongs to the victim. What else of his personal property did you steal? A wallet, perhaps?
What's he care about a useless garment or anything from this world? He's left it. You can't steal from a dead man. No use for money, can't spend it, wouldn't miss it.
Were you a barrister in a previous life, or a philosopher? Maybe you learned that litany from Gatha Hexam. Don't split hairs with me. Produce what you lifted, or face incarceration.
Search the place, toss it, do your worst, you'll find naught else.
wow. It seems like this guy is not wanting to cooperate.
No, but he said that, like, I don't know if I believe him that there's nothing else, but that gives us a clue, I think.
I would have expected a hidey hole somewhere, but I don't spy one.
A place to conceal small objects, as might come from corpses?
Got it in one.
The room is so vulnerable and insecure. He may fear leaving anything valuable behind, even hidden away.
Needham's hook nose and ruffled beard are reminiscent of Dickens' fictional bird of prey. This raptor is real. His dark-hooded eyes roam the small circuit of his cage. They rest momentarily on a spot near his squalid cot, then dart again. Oh, somewhere near his cot, dude.
I mean, that could be the sea chest, but I don't know if there's anything else.
Those oars, huh? You got this?
Irregularly sized windows are randomly inserted in the smoke-stained plaster walls. Those windows that have not been covered with tar paper are dirty and emit little light. What's up with the oars? Stained and splintered oars of Needham's wherry are the precious companions of his life. Nearly old enough to have propelled a Roman galley across the channel, they are the means by which he ekes out his living.
Caw! Yeah, exactly. Hey, Hatt, how's it going? I say it's most depressing. Time for a brandy. What? Indeed.
Oh, we can rummage through a crate.
Would you mess about with the quality's possessions? Poor man's got no rights.
Yeah, too bad.
I'm agog at the items you rescued from the river. True objet trouvé.
Okay.
Was there nothing?
Would you mess about with...
Obviously, there's nothing in there.
I'm agog.
Rough crate is filled with flammable materials. There are a few small chunks of coal, unfinished timber, and furniture fragments, some from once elegant pieces. All this refuse appears to have been extracted from the Thames. So that must be his little burn pile for keeping warm. Okay. Well, we got that the victim probably came from Cambridge, the whatchamacallit. I don't know, do we have anything in inventory?
Anything to show him, perhaps? Oh, sorry.
Oops.
Bumped my hand on the mouse there.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going,
Just
Goat?
exhausted of options. Okay. I think we've exhausted
Everything to do in
options
here?
for the moment, at least. Let's go talk to Lestrade.
Which is more bother? Miss Itterbeck, right?
Oh, Lestrade's not helpful.
Nope. I was expecting.
Sergeant, what's in the evidence chest at the moment?
What in particular were you wanting to find?
Anything unexpected?
Your methods are strange and wonderful, Mr. Holmes, and just between you and me, there's nothing in there but my dinner and a flask of coffee. Is that unexpected?
Not really, thank you.
Nope. So nothing the police can do to help us at the moment. So obviously we don't need to get the police to rough up our fishermen of sorts. Engineers, Minecraft's flat, beat Petra's needle. Oh, train to Cambridge. Let's see if the fog has not cleared up at all. He's still here. Can we say anything else to him? Probably not. Double check.
Have you used
Yes.
your torch on these
Ratchet.
stairs? No, it's at the station. Blasted nuisance to carry around. But critical for such an investigation, I should think. I got on with a half packet of matches. Very illuminating.
Okay.
I go, this
So,
guy's not helpful either.
There's to city. Okay, so let's go to Cambridge.
Yes, Cambridge seems like a good place to visit. We've not been there yet. Ooh.
All aboard! Train to Eastham, Cambridge, Newmarket, and Norwich.
The Grosvenor Hotel entrance. Look at that, man.
Fleming's been porter at Magdalen since King Charles lost his head. Marvellous character. Remembers everything. And he's eager to tell it all for a pint or two.
Was Magdalen your college then?
No, my chemistry tutor was a fellow there. I visited his rooms one term.
I've never been clear on your university days. Where did you study when you came up?
I need to rest, Watson. Wake me when we arrive, will you?
Sleeping? That's fine. Wonderful. What about our other inquiries? Any ideas? You think Mycroft is still in danger? Are we?
Watson's not going to get an answer.
Well, I suppose nothing much can happen on a train.
What? Don't say that. We literally played a game just last stream. We played a game on
We played a
Last
game that was basically entirely on the train.
yeah, the Last Express. Oh no! Who was that? Who was that man with the top hat? Was that Hat?
I don't think that was a top hat. Bowler, maybe? I'm not sure.
That looked like
Anyways.
a top hat. Yeah, you're right.
The Open Tome is an antique volume of the Encyclopedia Britannica. He often reads it. Regularly, he seeks formal knowledge from it by osmosis.
Fair enough.
Porter at Magdalen for more than 50 years, Fleming's vivid recollection of the Queen's coronation has been a sporific for generations of students. Self-styled chronicler of his young gentleman's activities, he's a font of information, though his aging pump often requires priming. Let's wake him up.
Fleming? Fleming, old fellow, how are you? College closed. Fleming, I say rouse yourself, sir.
Yeesh.
He probably doesn't get much sleep.
The porter's desk is as dignified and even more ancient than the man himself. The well-maintained surface belies decades of wear.
Oh,
We've got mail. Each college young gentleman has his own mail slot. Fleming alone knows their locations. Letters and small parcels currently occupy several of them. Oars. Interesting. The oars commemorate Maudlin's contribution to the Cambridge team which trounced Oxford in the Henley Regatta of 1854. Regrettably, the Cambridge 8 has had little to celebrate since that auspicious year. The historic oars appear to be infested with woodworms. We got photographs. What do we got for photographs? Anything fun? Groups of young men are formally posed in the photographs displayed on the wall. Some men appear in academic garb, others wear various informal or sporting costumes. All pictures are of very recent vintage. In 1850, this trophy closet was presented to the college by a group of old boys. Over the decades, their expectations that Maudlin would require such a large, fine repository for its awards and victory cups have been disappointed.
truly. Oh, there's this cup.
Oh, we got a cup. A common Cornwall china cup and saucer sit at Fleming's elbow. As there is no evidence of water, kettle, or gas jet, perhaps someone brings his tea. It has been some time since tea touched this cup. Strong ale is Fleming's drink of choice, and the residue remaining here is reasonably fresh.
Oh, there's a keys.
These keys have accumulated over generations. No one knows what they unlock. Locked doors are symbolically anathema to the university's open environment. Despite or because of this quaint attitude, precious objects constantly disappear from their rightful owners.
I see. So you could steal those keys and be just like everyone else.
I don't even think we need to steal the keys. I think we can just... Nope.
Can you look through the mail?
No, that's just looking at the slots themselves. What are the books? Small lending library of classics from English literature occupy the upper shelves. Albums or diaries appear on the lower shelves. So, obviously, he needs...
You need something. Well, ask Watson before you leave.
We've come a long way only to return empty-handed.
You're right, of course, Watson.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Okay.
let's talk to Watson then.
Nope, we can't do anything more there, so talk to Watson it is.
I'm sure those oars haven't moved since I used to visit here.
The very walls appear to have been built up around them.
Not so old as that, Watson, though sometimes I feel it. The oars came here in the year of my birth.
Ah,
Nothing changes very much in Cambridge, Watson.
I'm sure the pace of change is slow, but the aura of immutability is perpetrated by porters and dons. They are eternal. Everyone else is transient. They have an interest in perpetuating the illusion, and your frozen memory assists them.
It was merely an observation, Watson. Excuse me.
yeah, jeez.
This won't do, Watson. He
No.
requires some hair from the dog that bit him.
It must have been a huge dog. Shall I check his pulse?
No need. Collect a couple of bottles of strong ale from the public house we passed, will you? Mind it's not small beer.
Some porter for the porter. Sorry, Holmes.
Ooh.
This ancient velocipede is reminiscent of Lament's bone shaker. Rubber tires have replaced the forged iron, wooden-rimmed orbs of the original. Nonetheless, the rider... Oops.
Oh,
Watson back. Hold on, I wasn't finished reading. Nevertheless, the rider of this relic must hold the health of his spine in contempt. Or perhaps he wishes to palpitate a troublesome gallstone.
Yeah, you don't want to ride one of those penny
Anyways.
farthings. Oh, Watson. Oh. But oh, wait, he just pretends like he didn't even sleep?
Will you have a drink, Fleming?
Never while on duty, sir. No, please move along. You're trespassing on college grounds.
What?
Would you oblige us, Fleming, with your opinion? We're evaluating this ale.
Happy to assist young gentlemen in the pursuit of knowledge. So for science, as you might say.
Yeah, no shocks.
Excellent. I recognize you, don't I?
I'm pleased to think you might. I'm Sherlock Holmes.
Of course you are. Never forget a face, Mr. Holmes. Just takes me a bit longer to focus. You're keeping well? Haven't gained a stone since you went down. I read your exploits and beatings. And this is Dr. Watson, is it? Pleased, I'm sure.
Okay. This music. It's great.
Yeah, he woke up, had his drink, and immediately the music improved.
Even after all these years, my recollections of this place are so vivid. Is that unusual, Fleming?
Not at all, sir. We are what we remember. As the bard says, even purpose is but a slave to memory.
True.
Is this your bicycle, Fleming? I don't remember you as the foolhardy type.
Certainly not, Mr. Holmes. I'm unsteady enough on my own legs. Some of the young gentlemen take it out for a turn from time to time.
What are these photographs, Fleming?
Young gentlemen of Magdalen, Mr. Holmes. I keep the most recent classes on display. Their families seem to enjoy it.
I need to excavate your prodigious memory, Fleming. May I do that?
I enjoy a good mystery. Dig away, sir.
I saw a tattoo on a corpse. Something about it reminded me of Cambridge.
A view of Trumpington Street.
Nothing so definitive. It's a neatly rendered blooming rose. You're familiar with such a figure?
If it was engraved on the subject's backside, it might be the badge of the Tudor Rose.
The Arcane Social Club? Of course. The symbol of England was their sign. I had no idea those rare birds marked themselves.
Since your time, sir. Been a drinking club for more than a decade, carousing and such. Nothing much secret about it. Old boys are ashamed to be associated with the newer members. University may revoke their charter, is what I heard.
Huh.
Is the artist a local man?
Jack Campus in Cheapside designed the tattoo version from an old print drawing. I'm told he recently passed over.
Yes, I should have recognized his hand. But my brain was fixed on the subject matter. The delicate petals set along the brambles and the thorns. Unexpectedly lovely. I've seen the painting, of course.
As a symbol, the old boys was thinking they were England's best.
Some of them proved it. But their successors took to advertising. Trying to convince themselves, perhaps.
True quality never commends itself, Mr. Holmes.
The Tudor Rose drew its members from the whole university, didn't it?
Indeed. Over the years, there's been hundreds of initiates.
Do you remember all the Magdalen men?
Their names run together now, but I do recognize most of them.
Regrettably, I don't have a name or a face.
We need to get a name of the guy's corpse, and maybe he might be able to tell more. But at least now we know he went to Cambridge, and he was a part of one of those...
We've just time to catch the next train to London.
Fine, but there'll always be another train.
Well, this just got ominous all of a sudden for the music.
Yeah. I'll turn it down just a little bit. All right, Nick, where do you think we should go next?
Oh, oops. I was gonna say, I was just seeing a black screen, but all of a sudden I bumped the mouse and it decided to wake up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
So,
I think in order for us to identify who that guy is, we probably have to figure out where his ID went. I'm sure that guy knows where it's at.
yeah, well, actually, you know what I'm sure is it's probably...
Whatever
like,
that is.
honest, it's like that. That is the key, but we can't do anything without Yahoo here either going away or... Wait, no, hold on. Does Watson have... Do we have... Hold on. Back to the apartment. Back to 221 Baker Street.
Nice. Now back to our house.
Have...
A torch.
Somewhere, I am positive, someone has an electric, torch.
Then
I'm
all right.
sure we've come across it at some point.
That a corpse has eclipsed the imagination of Scotland Yard is hardly remarkable.
Have you deduced the cause of death? Was it murder, misadventure, or natural causes?
Yeah.
Suicide, I shouldn't wonder. The body is obviously unrecognizable, perhaps from being
Wasn't
submerged
he
for
be
a time.
shot twice
Might
in
we
the face?
solve the mystery for him?
Lestrade evidently thinks so. On the other hand, he may simply be trying to occupy me. His idea of kindness.
A kind thought must count for something.
You have a more generous disposition than I, Watson.
Okay. There, I'm... Billy's book?
Haha, talking raptor Nick.
A lead-weighted head of the hickory staff can do terrible damage to a human skull. It is the preferred instrument of compliance for constabulary and criminals alike. For reasons indistinct, it's often called a life preserver.
Oh,
Okay.
that might be useful, maybe?
Can we... Oops. Not the hair trigger pistol.
You've often said Billy is overmatched for self-defense.
Quite right, Doctor. Something more resolute is in order. Use your own judgment.
Directory doesn't do it. Hair trigger pistol isn't going to do it. I'm sure we've seen a torch in this game. I am 100% positive.
Pistol it is then.
That was nice. Stash. Wooden box. What's in the wooden box? Oh. Cuban cigars. Okay. Well, that doesn't do us any good, but... Violin. Fireplace. Sconces. You know what? I wonder if we can grab it from the police, the Scotland Yard. I wonder if because I think the officer in question said he left it at the Scotland Yard. So because I'm certainly not seeing a torch here. And I'm sure that's what we need, because this game has no concept of time. So there's nothing like
Return to the
whatever you were
hunt,
playing.
eh, Watson?
As you say,
Gabriel Knight.
Holmes, return
Like
by
if we
all
waited
means.
for the fog to clear, it would. No, I think we need a light. We need a light. Frustrating when it's like, okay, I know exactly what we need, but where is it in the game? Oh? Wiggins is back.
Are the rest of your lads available, Wiggins?
They're on holiday at the workhouse. If you got a job, I'm for it. On the usual terms, of course.
Okay.
Do we have anything we need Wiggins to do?
Not yet.
Yet. Interesting. Okay.
Are we? You know what? Let me get a hint so we know where to go from here, so we're not
Okay.
just scratching at every pixel.
I mean, that's fair.
Let's see here. It's okay. It's saying we need to still be at the guy who found the stuff. The Needham.
Okay.
Yeah. Apparently he has stuff for us. I don't know if it's the wallet. I didn't
Obviously
click that
haven't-
far ahead. I just got one end.
Okay,
Says
well,
eventually he puts something up on the mantelpiece once he trusts you.
You are a thief, Needham. British justice takes a dim view of robbing the dead.
Get stuffed. I found them items.
If you compel me, I'll have you stripped and searched.
Oh. There you go.
Easy now. There was little enough. A watch and chain, half a crown and 3 pennies.
Unless you'd prefer a cell at Pentonville, it had better be. What you took is of less interest to me than what you know. I mean you no harm, but I intend to know all that you know about this crime.
How do I know you'll play straight with me?
You have my word.
A sign of good faith would be more convincing.
Well, let's take a look at the thing he dropped there. The imitation gold-plated watch was not proof against the water. There is condensation beneath the crystal. Judging by the condition of the last link of the chain, an ornamental fob was forcibly separated from it recently. Probably like a key or something.
Keep the things you found, Needham. I can't approve your action, but I won't condemn it either.
That's friendly, I think. Tar.
I'd like you to return with us to the embankment. Will you do that?
I've given up everything I have.
I think not. I want to hear exactly what you witnessed, at the Needle, in situ.
Maybe I'll do better with the coppers.
You may think so. I couldn't comment. I promise to be fair.
If there's no other way, I'll go. You're a gentleman until you prove yourself otherwise. We can take my wherry.
Okay. Free boat ride. Let's go. Yeah, the dead initials on it. You're right. Yeah, take his violin with him. You're right.
Oh, hey, the top left.
Finally, right?
Exactly.
Do you often tie up on the embankment, Mr. Needham?
Haven't got the habit yet. And there's nothing of value on land for me. But I like the Needle. Interesting to look at, to think about.
Okay. Dr. Watson, we need some help, please.
What? Do you have a light on you? Okay, so what are we... So Watson doesn't have anything for us. He doesn't appear to have anything more for us at the moment. I can see exactly what we need, like, right there. Something floating. Obviously important. Obviously what the hook is to get. But no, we can't just look at stuff.
No. What about the rest of the river? What about the guy? Do you have anything? No. Anything to show in your inventory, maybe?
Wait, examine? What am I examining?
I have no idea. Oh. Even in uncertain light, a distinctive sheen is visible. A spattering appears against the right wall, and a viscous splodges on the 6th and 12th steps. Oh.
The clumsy... whatever... test would decisively identify it as blood. Splattering again appears against the right wall and the 4th and 9th steps.
Someone got shoved down the stairs. I think you're right, Iron Phoenix. Maybe we could take you on a boat. You're right. We did. We got that. I would say... bloodstains. I would say... It sounds like you need your flashlight.
You witnessed a murder here, Mr. Needham. Tell me everything. No prevarications, please.
It's an habit, and I got reasons I don't mind saying. I'm frightened, Mr. Holmes. These was cold customers.
I'll keep your part in this a secret, Needham. Just tell me the truth.
I'll take you at your word.
Oh.
I just tied up at the Needle to rest, been sculling for hours with nothing to show for it. I'm about to climb the stairs when a voice says...
I'll take whatever you've got.
Oh, I thinks there's something dodgy, a robbery maybe, but right away a different voice says...
I might have £1 in my wallet, I'll look.
Well, I thinks that's all right then, and I'm about to show myself when the second voice says...
Vincent, what are you doing?
And there's an explosion!
Fuck! Right in the face. God.
And then another. My head's ringing. A body tumbles into the river. I'm shaking. But I peek round the wall. A third man on the landing towers over a bloke holding a pistol. I hide again.
Du bist wahnsinnig.
Oh. German. Oh, that just got kicked into the water.
There's a few hard words. A slap, a scrape, and a splash. Then footsteps moving away.
Yeah, I think it's
That's
called
it, Mr. Holmes, for true. I went to fetch the body before it got swept downstream.
Tell me about the argument after the shots. What exactly did you hear?
A strange voice says something odd like dubious fancy, and then a sound like clapping hands, a clank and a scraping sound, quick like, and a splashing of water opposite the bow of my wherry, then footsteps moving away.
Yeah, Wansing means insane. Hey, are you insane? Yeah, that's a good point. Are you insane? Indeed. Well, it looks like we're going to have to find a place to dig in there.
What do you recall about the men you saw?
I never seen the victim's face, and when I picked him up, his face was gone. The killer wore a dark coat and hat, collar up, had hard eyes. The third bloke came out of the lodge. I saw him a little, big hat and cape, yellow beard and some sort of mark on his right cheek.
Thank you, Mr. Needham.
Can I be on my way then? Some good pickings out there.
Just a bit longer. You're an invaluable witness, very observant.
I make my living with my eyes.
Could you find the object that
There we
made
go.
the splash, Mr. Needham?
Water and me don't agree, Garver. Don't swim, don't even wade, don't drink it, hardly bathe in it.
I've noticed. You won't need to get wet. I want your guidance. Just tell me where you heard the splash.
How bad did you need it?
A guinea's worth?
It's as good as found. If you got the means, I got the will.
Hey, Whacker, how's it going? And yeah, I actually have my keyboard hooked up to the SC55 as well as the game, so I could play and be on playing the game at the same time, so it's kind of fun.
Do we need to MS me about where the splash? Yep, there we
Be
go.
specific, Mr. Needham. We're looking for a critical piece of evidence.
It's deep in the corner, close to the wall, I'd swear to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I have to say, this does sound a lot better than the MT32, but to be fair, the MT32 came out in the 80s, and this came out in, like, early 90s, so it's got a little bit of a... Oh, there you go. You got the gun.
There we go.
I don't know what kind of gun is it. Yeah, Nana and NG.
Good job, Needham. Your eye is incomparable.
Nasty things, wet, Mr. Holmes, but dangerous for all that, I'll wager.
Oh, he appreciates that. Oh.
Were ballistic science more developed and its evidence more respected, a case might be made to identify this as the murder weapon. Alas, the science is in its infancy, and the spent bullets are unavailable. Can we fire the pistol? The pistol's ammunition was apparently not equal to the penetrating power of the Thames. It will dry. Okay. Pocket?
Can you fire it?
I
No.
tried it. It just went quick. You know,
Thank
something
you for
about
your
being
help, Mr.
submerged in the
I hope
water.
we
I
had no
can't
need to
imagine it would
trouble
do
you
good
further.
things to the ammunition.
Well, hey, you
let's
got
see.
the gun. It's not smoking anymore, but you definitely have one. You just shoot him and take your money back? You're like, no.
Two shots have been fired from the 6-shot hinge-frame .476 caliber revolver. The barrel's size and cartridge load suggests the weapon has high muzzle velocity and terrible lethality.
So, 476, huh?
Yeah.
Blew him right
I feel-
away.
I
Right
feel
in
like we
the
need to
yeah,
go-
right in the face with a 476. That was no wonder it was so bloody.
Well, right in the face twice.
Yeah.
Like, remember, he shot him once, and then once the victim was on the ground, he
Shot
shot
him
him again.
Yep. It's no wonder you're having trouble trying to identify the victim. He's got these giant holes in his face. I didn't even realize that was that big of a caliber. It's a Webley, maybe.
I don't know. That would be a text question. I can't remember. I thought Webley's like the 455, maybe. So I feel like that's a text question regardless.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got a revolver.
Talk to Watson, maybe? Yeah, we probably should have talked to Watson back at the Needle.
Well,
That's a
easy
good
enough
point.
to-
Yeah, and it's a good point we do that because we will probably miss that at some point, and then when we get to a point where we needed to have that conversation to have happened, we'll not know.
Oh no, this is
Ismail
just that.
Pasha's gift look.
Yeah, you
You
said this
can't
before.
see the dam.
All right.
Nope, that's it. Okay.
Tax collector.
Oh, hey, Mace Hughes. Hey, time for more Sherlock Holmes adventures. 7 months already? Dang, time flies when you're having fun. Hey, Mace, thanks for stopping by.
Which is more bother?
It's a fact.
Nope. Nope, can't give it to anybody.
You don't want to give him the weapon anyway.
I mean, I can see why not. I was just wondering, like, okay, what are we... Like, it said it needed to dry.
Where's your flashlight at again? Thought you had it in your inventory.
I don't think we have one.
No, we had like a lantern. We'd left. Did we leave it at the Diogenes Club? Like, why would we do that?
Did we?
Yeah, I think we did, because we never picked it back up.
Forbes, I'd like to have another look inside.
If you must, Mr. Holmes.
I think we totally left it instead of picking it up, because I was like, wait, don't you have a flashlight? Because I've been sitting here like wondering why you can't see anything down by the river, and that would make a lot of sense. That'll be so funny if this is the truth, if this is what happened. Oh my god, it was right there the whole time.
Okay.
We just left it. We have been sitting here walking around like, oh, it's so dark, we can't see anything. Ah. Well, there you go. Hey, at least we thought about it now.
Okay.
So now maybe
Okay.
we can see.
We'll see if we can go find anything else there.
Let's try this.
Key carpet. B.A.T. Matterson acquired this runner on one of his lightning expeditions to Constantinople. The popular press has been highly critical of the commercial ends toward which the diplomat has used his vaunted negotiating skills. Anyways. Wait, why is there a...
A member of the brigade
Why
has
would
left an
somebody
axe.
just leave an axe? But I shouldn't speak too much because we just left a light
Free.
here. But, like, I mean,
You're right. We did just leave a light here. Did you just take that?
no, just opened up the door.
Oh.
Small table and chair make up much of the cloakroom space. Broken tea things litter the floor.
I
Oops.
don't. Yeah, he just started talking, and then we just said no, thank you.
Accidentally.
Has anyone worked on the gas lines in the last day or so?
Checked and bled by Midlands last week. All in perfect order. Like Inspector Lestrade says, gas accidents are the price of progress.
Depend on Lestrade for a cliché in lieu of exercising his brain. The Lectio Facilior is fine for paleography, but it won't do for logic. The man's reasoning powers are abysmal. Forbes, who relieves you when you're away from your post?
Always on duty, Mr. Holmes. The members have given me a room of my own.
Don't be obtuse. Surely you have bodily functions to attend to, tea breaks and so on?
I leave for a minute or two during the day. I have my 11s and tea at 4:30 with members' permission.
Did any strangers enter the club in the afternoon?
No one escapes my eye, Mr. Holmes. After the late post, a few guests arrived and left. All perfectly respectable gentlemen.
I'm sure they were, Forbes. Were any of them carrying a valise or a large package, anything of that sort?
Certainly not. The Diogenes don't cater to commercial travelers. I send them packing.
And the music isn't too loud for you, Nick? I could
Do
turn
you
it down more
remark
for this.
anything odd about
They're
the
good.
entry, Forbes?
It's good.
Well, it's burned and soaked with water, isn't it?
I mean, anything unexpected?
No, the place is a mess. I'll have to clean it up.
This fellow is too eager to assert his authority, Watson.
He's as willful as a mule, but not as smart. I wouldn't mind taking him down a peg if the opportunity arose.
Yeah, he's been kind of rude to us for no reason.
I guess we can sample the brandy.
Yeah, little taste. Yes, of course. Little brandy before you leave the exploded Diogenes Club. Never hurt anyone.
Well, I don't see anything else to do at the moment.
The well-crafted walnut pedestal lately supported a bust of the club's namesake. In one of those random acts that typify disaster, this relatively fragile item is undamaged, while the marble that it sat on it was ravaged even before it fell. Yes, of course. It's made from infinitium. A wee bit of brandy never hurt anyone.
I hope you're satisfied.
You'd be the last to know, Forbes.
Boom. Get wrecked. All right, let's go back to the needle now. We have a flashlight back. Let's not leave our flashlight again if we can help it. Yeah, he was a boxer.
Oh. It's a shiny disc. That's probably important.
Kind of. Maybe that's part of the chain you're missing.
Disc appears to be a silver or platinum. It may be metal or watch fob. The inscription engraved on its soft, polished surface is illegible through long wear. The writing may have once been gold filled.
This could be instructive. Very promising.
Oh, and a button.
Button?
Oh, a short segment of unraveling black thread is attached to the button, which appears to be made of tortoiseshell. A tortoiseshell
A
button.
mass-produced button is less informative than its custom-made predecessor, but it might mean something to Stitch Rumsey.
You'll wear out your welcome with him. You don't even know the provenance of that piece.
All right. Yes, we cannot leave this lantern. I'm sorry, that was...
We won't make that mistake twice.
Hopefully. just puts it under his coat. And he's like, ah, it's hot. I think you got enough light down there. Maybe you're trying to get something in the water too.
Well, I don't. Yeah, I see that like bottle floating, but I think that was floating like even in the memory.
Yeah, I think
So
it's
don't
just
know
part
if
of the
it's important
water.
or not.
Yeah.
It's just part of the decorations. So, okay. Inventory button.
Plain black thread.
Here's our watch fob.
Why don't you try connecting them together? Try the chain.
We don't have that. That was.
Oh, that's
we
right. You
left
gave it
that
back.
with-
Yeah, you're like, you
Yeah.
don't need the chain. And you're probably right. You really don't. But now you have some personal effects. And, you know, that guy can probably identify him now. That was at the, Cambridge. We took a long train ride to Cambridge just to test this guy. No, it doesn't fit. What about the hat? Anything in your inventory at this point? Watson
No.
really doesn't like taking a long trip to Cambridge on train. He's not happy about this.
Nope.
Dang.
Nothing.
We've just time to catch the next.
Fine, but they're all...
Fine, I guess. Why don't you give it to him?
Keep the things you found, Needham.
That's friendly.
Okay.
Can you recall anything more about your adventure at Cleopatra's Needle?
Nothing that could turn a profit and more's the pity.
Okay. So we're close. I wonder if we can use a chemistry set. Oh wait. Here's a new place.
Oh, that's right, the guy.
Hold on. Why I'm thinking of it.
No, let's save the game before we get dudes
Yeah.
in trouble. Stitch Rumsey, boys. Hey, D-Moon's like, hey, Stitch Rumsey's my dude.
Rigged in tartan wool and ermine-themed trimmed cloak, the lady needs sartorial counseling. Individually, her garments are unexceptional. Unexceptional? Yeah. In combination, they are horrid. Her pinched expression might be carved. Stitch perfected his art at Pentonville while doing a stretch for counterfeiting. He turned his eye to honest work, if selling a shirt for 2 guineas can be so called, and is the most skillful bespoke tailor on German Street. Part artist, part costumier, he caters to a discriminating clientele. Ugh. Can't read.
Yeah, Iron Phoenix makes a good point. London to Cambridge is 50 miles, and if the train travels at 50 miles per hour, after all the stops, it'll take a while to get there. Oh, a slotted shelf displays bolts of lustrous silk, soft merinos, translucent taffetas, sprigged muslin, and delicate organdie. I've never seen that word before. Organdie? That's kind of a cool word. Tweeds and velvets. Yes, all fabrics. Even the most demanding patron will find cloth to please her society, if not herself.
Sewing machine?
A hand operation Wilson sits on Stitch's desk. Part of Rumsey's cachet is that he can often be found doing fine finishing work at this personal machine. Wool. Thank you. Try the button, I guess.
No, hold on. There we go. That's what I was trying to do.
A long counter serves as a cutting-out table. Scattered in profusion are all the tailor's tools and patterns. It is apparent that work is plentiful.
In society, the mania for costume balls is unrestrained. Never too proud to associate with common tastes, Stitch displays a popular Lord Nelson ensemble. Columbine, Harlequin, Marie Antoinette, and their ilk are in the back. Large framed mirrors are positioned to give the amplest ladies and gentlemen a full view of themselves in their sartorial splendors. 2 dummies are draped a la mode. Okay. Fur bellows bedecked gowns whose tiny waists demand the armor of whalebone car sets. Steel hoops have replaced horsehair crinolines. The exaggerated effect is still extremely silly.
If you might spare me a moment, Stitch, I would appreciate it.
Right away, Mr. Holmes. I'm just finishing up with Mrs. Rowbottom.
I'll tell you when we're finished, Mr. Rumsey. I'm paying good money and I expect no less than your undivided attention.
No! Another roadblock, Nick. Another one.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
I beg your pardon, madam. Might I have a brief word with Mr. Rumsey?
No. Mr. Rumsey is not free.
Wow.
I'll grow grey before Mrs. Rowbottom is satisfied.
Claim pressing business, national emergency and so on.
Worthless. I know her type. Obstinate as a mule.
A pointed threat might remove her recalcitrance.
Watson, you surprise me. Besides, have you not remarked the size of her handbag? Who knows what she has in there?
Yeah, she could be packing heat, man. Last thing you want to do is piss her off.
What is that racket, Watson?
The treadles of sewing machines, I imagine.
I mean the voices.
Can you not appreciate the dulcet tones of the Orient, Holmes?
My pedestrian mind cannot appreciate what it cannot understand.
I won't respond to that. I know if it'd be better to swear at you for finishing a compliment. Oh, I see. It's weird. I think there's supposed to be music here, but for some reason they didn't put any.
Among the costumes, the hero of Trafalgar seems a popular choice.
One wonders if the jacket comes sans right sleeve. Perhaps an eye patch may be let.
Have you chosen a fabric for one of Rumsey's incomparable suits?
In my dreams, Holmes. The practice won't support one at the moment. Perhaps when we're famous.
Fair enough.
I've decided on a strategy to shift La Rowbottom.
A subterfuge, then. But not too subtle, I hope. It would be lost on her.
She appears to be a woman whose sense of propriety may be vulnerable to judicious tweaking. Follow my lead.
Try not to be too offensive. She's Rumsey's customer, after all.
The fabric in you.
The fabric of your frock has become a favourite of the demimonde.
You've seen it elsewhere?
Indeed. Watson, did we not recently see this particular material at the Chelsea Burlesque?
That young woman whom Bingo Oakshott insists on calling his protégé was draped in it. A dress, wasn't it? What there was of it.
You disremember her dress, but she had it on so briefly. No, it was the drawing-room curtains which she wore as a shawl.
Or was it a towel from the loo? Good day to you, madam.
We just... Yes. Goodbye. Thank you. Stay out of here.
I'm sorry, Stitch. I had to get rid of her.
Oh, I can live without her custom, Mr. Holmes. Much more trouble than it's worth. If you're looking for a job as a floor walker, I'll hire you.
Bingo Oakshot is a great name.
Has the move to German Street been advantageous, Stitch?
A bit more money, but I don't laugh so much as I did in Piccadilly.
A more serious sort of clientele comes round here?
They take themselves more seriously anyways. They dress better, more brass, but they're much the same.
I'm not surprised that a man of your experience is undeceived by appearances.
So, inventory, button, show the button.
What can your practiced eye tell me about this button, Stitch?
I'm sure you know its tortoiseshell has a continental finish, Dutch maybe. The thread is nothing special, sewn to a coat I'd say, not off the peg, custom made, but not too dear.
Available locally?
Not here, I've got the largest inventory in England. Help yourself, you need one.
Nope.
What can you tell me about this hat, Stitch? Anything of interest?
At the risk of dabbling in your line, I'd say the wearer has a oblong head, obviously big, younger man from the blocking. The style and quality bespeak concern, but not obsession with appearance. Colour probably doesn't signify.
And the shop?
De Groot's a competent tailor, imports all his materials from Amsterdam. He serves a comfortable clientele in South Africa.
Oh. Hello. Hey, how's it going, Square?
Anything else?
Would you like a mint? I got a whole pocket full of mints.
Okay, I think, unless Watson has something else, doesn't seem to be. I think. I don't see anything else we can do. Do you?
No. I think you did good here, though.
Okay. Then we will exit.
All right.
And
Yeah. Oh, he said he'd send a message back to you when it's ready.
yeah.
Now let's go back to 221B and see if we can get a telegram or something. Because
Okay.
it's been some time. I'm sure somebody's gonna send something.
And in any case,
Yeah. Let's
This
also
probably
talk to Wiggins, who's over here just chilling.
in case Holmes has something.
What are you up to, Wiggins?
Perfecting me education. Care to donate to the cause?
I've no time for jokes.
Then you've no use for me. My life's a joke. A bad one.
I'm sorry I was rude, Wiggins. Stay near, won't you? I'm sure I'll need your assistance.
Oh, here we go.
I pitched a fair halfpenny in my day. Like to try me?
Why not? I've got no pressing appointments.
Holmes, have you lost your mind? You're in the midst of an investigation.
A diversion will refresh me, Doctor.
Indeed. Let us see this mini game.
Keep the penny for luck, my boy.
Is there anything you're not good at?
Personal relations have never been a strong point, and Greek irregular verbs.
And modesty is often in fairly short supply.
That's fair.
Okay, so plot.
Wiggins, I want you to exercise your powers of observation.
At the usual rate?
Of course. If you remark any suspicious doings outside of 221B or hear anything on the street, report it to me.
My eyes and ears is yours, Mr. Holmes.
Let's have some more.
I have a mission for you, boy. Small chance of success, but the game is worth the candle.
Nice to be needed, sir. What's the job?
Find a man, thick-set, tall, fair, and bearded. Perhaps a blemish on one cheek. Maybe wearing a dark cape and slouch hat over country clothes.
A gentleman. Eye colour, age, habits.
Unobserved. Confine your efforts to Trafalgar and the embassies. And be careful. At the very least, he keeps dangerous company.
He's like, all right, I'll go stand outside the embassy. Like, you there, boy. I wonder
So
what
that's
today's
been great.
newspaper says. We actually haven't read today's newspaper either. Because, I mean, dead body. Sure, the news has said something about it. That's the thing with Gabriel Knight, is that every morning you had to get up and get that newspaper, you know? Wow.
Hey, yes.
No effect.
Rude.
What can you do? Oh, did you click it on chemicals, maybe?
I might have.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, I clicked. I tried to analyze it on the chemical.
The microscope can't do better than my eye. The gold is old, thin, and smeared. You might want to open the window, Watson.
If you're going to use acid on the metal, please take care. You remember what happened last time. Very unsettling to hear a woman of advanced years yell that loudly.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's be careful.
So,
All right, we're going to do some science, everybody. This is our science table.
chloroform, silver nitrate, distilled water, oil vitriol, nitric acid. Said something about acid. Ooh, hydrochloric. That's a good acid. Apparently not the acid I want.
Yes. Science,
Okay.
yes.
Oh no, we have to click drag.
All right. Very good, Nick. Ooh, there we go. Good, good. All right. Next, acid.
I added acid?
Maybe you have to pull it back out with the tweezers. Ah, the chain. Maybe the chain is at the top of the beaker? No, you like your finger, yeah. Nah, it doesn't work. Okay. Maybe you have to turn on the beaker. You have to bring it up to the glass, probably. Nope. You need another reagent, don't you?
Probably. Right.
There we go, nitric
Oh,
acid.
we needed both acids. Both the nitric and hydrochloric.
All right,
I don't
cool.
know what one acid is doing that the other isn't, but whatever. Okay.
Yeah, let's get it out of
There
there.
we go.
Distilled water probably on the dish. No. Oh, magnifying glass. You don't see it? It's a magnifying glass.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Let's see.
The Aqua Regia removed the gold fill very nicely. The engraving is visible. The inscription reads, "To commemorate your majority, 23676. If our victim was a Cambridge man, he probably entered in 74.
Now we have what we need, I think.
Oh, maybe?
Perhaps. It sounds like we have at least an idea.
We have a year, which narrows it down a little bit.
We have a year. Yeah, and you can kind of describe some things. Because, not everyone in that era is going to have a rose
Let's be off,
tattoo.
Watson, while the scent
True.
is fresh.
I'm no tracking hound, Holmes, but I know.
I know how to hunt. And then he pulls out his gun. We're accepting alchemy. Indeed, Kathy, we've got alchemy. Do not forget to talk to Watson, says Von Falken. We should have before we left. Now we have to watch this whole cutscene. Can we hit escape? No. Enter. Clicking. No. You're just stuck with it. Ask the guy. Oh yeah, purchase. Or read. What's today's headline say, Nick?
The Telegraph is finally running Friedman's articles on terrorism.
He's learned to moderate his tone, then? I don't defend cronyism, Holmes, but I don't wonder the government distrusted him. He has an incautious and very sharp tongue.
More importantly, Watson, he has a very sharp mind. We may have need of his wide experience before this is over.
I know you respect him. That's certainly enough for me.
Oh, fair enough. Can you...
We'll go ahead and purchase, I guess.
Might as well, just to have.
I mean, I'm assuming that if we have the option to purchase that we're going to need it eventually.
Right.
Why? I don't know.
You never know
But
when someone might
certainly-
accidentally leave the key in on the other side of a door, and you put the newspaper under it to get the key out. And also, I didn't realize that we could have gotten this before, so it just kind of occurred to me. I'm like, oh, are we like on another day? Maybe the news have changed?
I don't know, because, like, unlike Gabriel Knight, like, there's nothing to signify passing time here.
Cambridge. Ah, yes, Fleming.
Nope. Can't show it to him.
Ah. Examine the books, huh? We just took a 2-hour trip out. Cambridge, not a big deal.
You mentioned the journalist, so I'm wondering if he's looking for a year?
Dated portraits of Maudlin's matriculating classes are carefully glued into individual pages of pictured albums.
Does that unlock our needed dialogue?
I have reason to believe my corpse was a Magdalen man and a member of the Tudor Rose.
If he came here after 1860, I may have him in my albums.
Could we look through your portraits of the previous classes?
But that's thousands of young gentlemen, Mr. Holmes. 100 or more would have joined the Tudor Rose.
Would the date of a student's matriculation narrow the field sufficiently?
It might. My memory's good, but not flawless. And some of these characters were more memorable than others.
I believe this boy turned 19 in June of 1874 and came to college for the Michaelmas term that year.
Let me check my photographs.
Ooh. Thank you.
Ah, yes. 1874. A rum class. Bright. No question. But rum.
Anybody there who later joined the Tudor Rose?
Let's see. There's Dundalk, the Earl's youngest boy. Died in the Transvaal, I heard. And Lawton is a lord since his pater passed on. An MP, I believe. Oh, yes.
Uh-oh.
His special friend was Pratt. An orphan came to us from India. Strange boy. Don't know what became of him. And Cunard is making his fortune in Australia. That's all,
Sure.
I think.
Thank you, Fleming. Very helpful.
A pleasure, sir. Always a pleasure to see one of my young gentlemen.
Oh my god. So, wait, it's either Pratt or Lawton, but didn't we just talk to Lawton?
It's not Lawton because
It's Pratt.
either we thought, but it's probably Pratt.
Yeah, it's probably Pratt then, because they're the only two on that whole thing, and Pratt is the...
We've just time to
Because-
catch the next train.
And
to
especially
London.
since
Excellent.
the clothes
Let's be off.
were like good, but not like super high quality, which means that it's like it wouldn't be Lawton.
No, but he would definitely know the man. It's not Lawton because he's here, he's alive.
Jenkins, I need to speak with Lord Lawton again.
If I disturb him without cause, Mr. Holmes, he won't come out, you won't get in, and I'll be sacked. He's in that foul a mood since the last time.
Please show me in. I have tragic news for Lord Lawton.
Did his favourite nag break a leg?
A colleague of his named Pratt has been found murdered.
Young Master Thomas. I am sorry. He was a nice boy, troubled but kind. In the old Lord's day, he was often here. Haven't seen him in years.
Interesting.
Do we have to go up the stair to trigger him to
That's
come back
I
again?
don't know. This is so weird.
No, my lord, I will not. Do you require
Sorry, just curious.
Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, my lord.
Yeah.
My position requires further reflection. Billiards is fascinating, don't you think? I'm sorry to inform you that your friend Thomas Pratt has been found dead.
No.
Really? How unlucky. We were at Cambridge together, but I barely knew him. You might as well offer your condolences to the ministry char. How did he die? Heart failure?
Yes, it stopped. After he was shot. Twice. In the face.
Pity. He had such a beautiful face.
And a rose tattoo on his backside.
I'm sure I don't know, though I'm not surprised you do. Your type specializes in the nether regions.
Wow.
Your colleague should know of Pratt's condition and other developments. Where might I find Sir Avery Fanshawe?
He took Brumwell's old pile in Chelsea. Wife is infatuated with redecorating. He'll be riveted by the news if you can wake him.
And Philip Bledsoe?
Haven't a clue. Heard the unsociable lout has chambers in Gray's Inn.
How about the clerk, Eldridge Whitney? Do you know anything of his whereabouts away from work?
The pathetic sod keeps a cot at the ministry, uses a public bath as his dressing room.
He just told you where all the people we've been looking for are. This is great.
What do you think is the connection between Pratt's murder and the formula's disappearance?
There is no connection whatsoever.
I must now decide whether you are remarkably unimaginative or a liar. Perhaps both.
I don't have to tolerate insults in my own home.
I'm sorry, tact has deserted me. There is no doubt that Pratt's execution and the theft of the formula are related, Lord Lawton. If Pratt was not the thief, he knew who was.
So you say. The problem is, no one, your brother included, has conclusively proved that the formula was stolen.
What a surprise. The body charged with making that determination cancelled its inquiry almost as soon as it began.
He had some presence there for a while.
I ask again why the investigation was terminated.
There is no need to make mountains from molehills. Bring the ministry into disrepute every time some papers are mislaid. Go there yourself. You have my permission. You'll see what sort of place it is. Despite your brother's efforts, it's not terribly well ordered.
You expect the formula to turn up, then?
I think it probable. Well, it's a definite possibility at the very least. A clerk may have misplaced it, or the char, or one of the members. Stop grilling me and go bother them, or better, return to your own affairs.
Just so you know, Lawton, the discovery of the formula would not complete this investigation. We are far beyond the resolution of a simple theft. You neglect this fact at your peril.
If you want someone to bully, bother Fanshawe. Or Silverbridge, he initiated the call for termination. Rake him over the coals. I have nothing more to say.
Really now? He is, like, both uncooperative and yet given us more information so far than most people. Besides the other poor guy. Yeah, Watson's quite large over there. Perspective. Wait, Nick, look at that perspective. It's so weird.
Yeah, the image scaling is maybe just a hair off.
He died instantly the next day.
Your employer was less than forthcoming about Mr. Pratt, Jenkins. I wonder if I might have a private word.
Possibly. Highly irregular, probably disloyal, but possibly. I liked that boy.
I'll tell you of Mr. Pratt's demise. In return, you could answer some questions and let me look about.
Lord Lawton will be out with Lady Lockridge later.
Fine. I'll return.
I'll trade for information about Master Pratt, but there's a higher cost for telling tales out of school and giving you the run of the house. You play a decent game of billiards?
No.
I have a passable game. I'm not really...
I'm a devotee, but one can always improve. If you can teach me a lesson, we could have a chinwag afterward. If you can't, I'm mum. That's the deal, agreed?
You seem quite sure of the outcome?
As sure as the Lord Chief Justice wears a wig. Be in the limelight with the lads at the academy when I tell him I had you over a barrel here.
Save game, Nick. Save your game. Do not let this fool ruin us once again. We are looking forward to this.
What is with us and losing bar games? Actually, we haven't lost this one yet, but I'm assuming.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't think the outcome's going to be any different. We're going to run into this.
Is Lord Lawton a music aficionado?
Very devoted to euterpe and terpsichore. Music's the only thing we have money for nowadays. Cylinders, scores, stands, new felt piano tuning and the like.
Okay.
Well, Wide Watson's dart house. Yeah, exactly. Wide Watson. Mr. Holmes, do you have the balls to face me in a game of billiards? Well, not on me.
Hey, stop that. What's...
Yeah, it's like you gotta like be very slow. Oh, not there
okay.
again.
We've got the Billiard Academy.
Yeah, we've
got the
seen
telegraph.
that. We went that last game. We went there.
Ministry of Defense. We've got Fanshaw's pile. We've got no shortage of places to go look at. Any opinions?
Just pick one. I think any of them sound good to me. The Ministry of Magic? Oh, that's located somewhere. Until recently, snooker was the game of choice in St. Bernard's, and honest working men formed the bulk of its clientele. The new emphasis on billiards is a vain attempt to attract what's referred to as better class of person. Its current customers are layabouts, sharpies, and the occasional civil servant. Okay. This fine table was manufactured 50 years ago by Messrs. Thurston and Coy in Catherine Street. With care, it should last another half-century. I'll let you take that from sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is this the same guy from last game?
Oh, I hope not.
Yes, it is.
Hello, Jock. Remember me? Not likely to forget a world-famous snoop, am I? I need a favor. Bad luck. I'm fresh out.
He was not happy with his last game.
Your marital affairs appear to have altered precipitously. What happened? My marriage is up the spout. I'll leave off before I stow this cue in your gullet.
He does not like us.
Gee, I wonder why.
Well, he was very much connected to murders in the last game, but just barely
I assume
so.
you're still cock of the walk here. Would you like a game? Like you could give me one? No chance. I don't mess with amateurs. I'd pay for the privilege. Me? In your employ? Not bloody likely. I'm not good enough for you to play, and you won't help me get better. Not terribly sporting. Stuff sporting. You had your way. That's unfair, Jock. I caused you no real harm, and your information helped apprehend a vicious murderer. End justifies the means, does it? You forced me to grass on a friend.
Yeah. You were colluding with people who did murder, man. Like, what do you want?
Do you prefer billiards or snooker? Makes no difference. I prefer drinking at my local and a game of darts. But a bloke's got to earn his daily bread, or beer, as the case may be.
Uh-oh. What happens if we move the jacket?
Oh. A leather case.
We're starting to get friendly, Mr. Holmes. Don't spoil it.
Are we?
Crocodile hide case with brass fittings is large enough to hold a flute or two, an air rifle, or a sizable collection of riding crops. Mr. Mahoney is unlikely to be familiar with any of these options.
Ah. We're just going through this guy's stuff now. You're just gonna open it right up, huh?
Unless you were looking for a premature demise, best put down that cue case.
I see.
The aphorism claims that skill at billiards is a sign of youth misspent. Do you credit it?
No more than any other decrepit cliches. A good man who can handle a cue is no less admirable for that fact. Quite the reverse.
The Academy seems to have travelled a bit upmarket, has it not?
Miraculous change. Quite snug in this incarnation. Shame they couldn't eliminate the smell.
That would have required a miracle of quite another magnitude.
Yeah, you don't touch a cue case, bad form.
Not a promising beginning, Watson. Jock won't even speak to me.
The right to silence is a cornerstone of democracy. In this investigation, we've had a cold shoulder from all segments of society.
Very annoying.
Yeah, we
I
have.
could do without the political lesson.
Yeah, everyone seems to be like, I'm not telling you nothing. You're not coming through this door. You're not allowed in here. You're not allowed in this door. That's like 90% so far.
Attractive redecoration, but you've lost some of your humbler custom.
We continue to receive gentlemen of leisure and refinement who take pleasure in the joys of intelligent conversation and a game of skill.
Sounds like a magazine advert.
It is.
Fair enough.
Not much by way of conversation around here, is there?
All a man could want. The surface even. Best friends I ever had. Salt of the earth. Better than my nanny. Better than my old hound.
You know Mr. Mahoney, then?
Who? Sounds an Irish name. I wouldn't know him. Not my sort.
Ah. Interesting. He was there. Oh, Dick. No, Nick, we don't know. We're not playing darts.
In its journey upmarket, the Academy has made one concession to its humbler origins, a dartboard. The entertainment staple of any working man's pub is available for patrons so inclined. Darts may be obtainable at the bar. It's a handbill. Professionally printed handbill announces a holiday billiards exhibition and the competition at the Albert Hall. Jenkins will be in heaven.
Yeah, we played darts last game. We were not good at it.
Turkey runners. The muted colors of these comely carpets bring the brilliant green of the table coverings into sharp relief. What else we got? The copy for this popular advertisement once read, Bulldog Bitters, the brew with the distinctive bite. It's better than tea.
Oh.
The hired hack had no imagination and an abysmally low opinion of tea. Beau Brummel, who popularized trousers and fancy cravats, hangs above the fireplace. Intimate of the dissolute George IV, he is the patron of dandies, swells, and other fops who live by their wits rather than by their labor. Right. Gnarled, warped, and tipless cues fill the rack. Only a fool would use them with any expectation of success. Ah, so we must have to find a cue somewhere.
Yeah, that's makes sense.
Okay.
No, we can always go to the newspaper office. Now that we have that as an option.
Do we want...
Yeah, we also know where everyone else is.
Oh. He's dead now.
I'm afraid I carry some deplorable news. Mr. Pratt has been murdered.
How extremely vexing. I wonder if he remembered me in his will. He's 6 months behind in the rent.
You'll have to absorb that cost. He's paid a higher price.
This is very inconvenient. Mr. Mason always said I was too kind for this world.
I'm sure he was a flawless judge of character.
Well.
Might we look at Mr. Pratt's effects? It can make no difference to the deceased.
As you're not the police, I think not. Even the defunct have some right to privacy. There may be personal items about.
Of a marketable nature, perhaps? Are you familiar with any of Mr. Pratt's haunts? Clubs, saloon bars, salons, and such?
No. His leisure activities are a mystery to me. There was his painting, of course.
The flat lacks its own bathtub. Where did he perform his weekly ablutions?
He had rights to one in the basement, but he preferred Neville's in Charing Cross. No doubt a reprobate's delight. All manner of dissipation and depravity are likely to be served with soap and water.
I'm unfamiliar with that particular pleasure palace. Could you identify Pratt for the police if requested?
I should think so. He lived here for more than 3 years. I know
Well,
his
that's
face
the
is my
problem.
own.
But could you recognize him without reference to his face?
No. But why would I be asked to do that?
Uh-oh.
Kind of took a couple shots to the face, but anyways.
Do you know anything about Pratt's years at Cambridge?
Nothing. But he was a university man, that's for certain. I only let rooms to that sort of person.
Did Mr. Pratt have any special friends?
Only Mr. Spacemaker. But I haven't seen him in more than a month.
Spacemaker?
Yes, unusual name, isn't it? Peculiar young man. As pretty as any girl.
Space.
Do you have a likeness of Mr. Pratt in your flat that we might borrow?
We did not have that kind of relationship, Mr. Holmes.
What kind is that?
You know very well what kind. The kind that exchanges personal photographs. We were not intimate friends. No one could prove that charge.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Some
considering...
new information.
Yeah.
We may speak with you again, Mrs.
Would there be a reward in it, Mr. Holmes?
Good deeds are their own reward, ma'am.
She goes, well, good deeds don't pay the rent.
Okay.
Unfamiliar with that particular pleasure palace?
No, we're just getting all kinds of spaces to go.
Yeah, now we finally have more to look at.
Lady Fanshawe, I am Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Was I expecting you? Where's that butler? Are you the workman I ordered? I have some fascinating ideas for this foyer.
Dude, look at her. Her hair.
The lady masquerades as a debutante. Dressed in a hideous crepe gown, she has the carriage of a Palladium theater chorus girl. Possessed only of pretensions, she displays none of the high style to which she aspires. Okay. Marble copy of the Hellenistic masterpiece, The Death of Lawton and his... Wait, haven't we seen... No.
They bought the house. Or the art. They bought the art from... Yeah, because remember, he jumped off a bridge at the end of the last game, so why wouldn't it be here?
Okay. While the Fanchons have been respectable in the city for 2 centuries, the brigand idealized here was a notorious highwayman. Archibald Fanshawe and his band plundered 17th century Yorkshire like voracious locusts. Oops. Pillaged and tastelessly painted for the Landys foyer, this affecting mural once embellished the tomb of a native prince in the Americas.
Oh, she's got like a South American fresco.
These elegant columns were despoiled from a Delphic temple, finding their unadorned ionic bases and simple scroll capitals wanting. The lady had them painted.
It is very strange in here.
We'd like to speak with Sir Avery, please. Is he available?
I'm not his man Friday. I imagine he's roaming somewhere with Hodgkins. Who knows? It's rude to ask a lady questions she doesn't know the answers to. Ask me something I know.
That might be difficult.
It's most aggravating. You're certain you haven't come from that charming Sloane Street gallery? I have more brilliant ideas for improving the foyer.
Oh?
If I may ask, why have you painted the architecture and statuary?
Marble is so drab, don't you think? No life to it. My advisor says it's traditional. The Romans painted everything. Or was it the Japanese? Oh, it doesn't matter, I suppose. People from a long time ago.
I don't know Romans. I know the Greek statues had paint.
So she painted the marble? Like the marble pillars? Like, she painted over the marble pillars with paint. But why?
The mosaic was poorly copied from the House of Dogs at Herculaneum. Would that another Vesuvius could bury this abomination?
Wow.
Wow.
And fresco. Yeah.
Okay, so nothing getting out of
Oh,
her.
wait, Watson.
Some sad associations here, Watson. You called it the case of the serrated scalpel, I believe.
It is.
Yes, a
They did buy the
heart-wrenching
house.
business. But in the end, a job well done. The Brumwells are all deceased. I wonder if the staff stayed on.
I doubt it. They were lifetime retainers to the family.
Yeah, so this is the mansion from the Brumwell when
The Brumwell butler was at trial. Pettigrew, wasn't it?
Pettigrew by name. petulant by nature.
Fine conceit, Doctor. And even better if he's still about. What impression have you formed of the lady's taste, Watson?
She has none. Even the lovely things have been ruined by her excesses. Beauty is wasted on such people.
Oh.
Lawton in color seems a crude development.
Poor aesthetic judgment aside, the placement of a scale model of this masterpiece in a private foyer is wretchedly excessive.
May I speak with Pettigrew, please?
Pettigrew receives callers on his own time. Sunday afternoons. Use the servants' entrance. Was there something else?
Ask her anything else? No? Yeah, I know they painted the statues. I'm talking about the pillars, though. I'm just like, come on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool that that's a really cool callback that we were visiting places in the last game. So I was like, yeah, this foyer looks just like the last one, you know, except not as pixely. It's got like 5 more pixels, I'd say.
Let's...
I'd like a word with Mr. Whitney. Can you help?
I don't keep his social calendar, Mr. Holmes. Only the Queen's business is conducted here. You can't remain.
Do you know where I might find him?
For Chairman Holmes' sake, I'll tell you that Whitney's probably wasting away in his bath. Now please leave.
May I examine the premises?
Absolutely not. Leave or I'll have you charged with criminal trespass.
Maybe Watson might have an idea or two.
Hardly the most secure of rooms, Watson.
Well, the door lock would not challenge a burglar of moderate skill.
Anyone with access to the shelves could steal their contents, one document at a time.
Place runs on the honor system, like the library of a gentleman's club. No wonder security's in a muddle.
Can we learn anything more here, Watson?
About the deplorable condition of British security, I'm sure. About our case, I'm less certain.
Okay. That's weird.
The modest light of these unsuitable oil lamps supply maximizes eye strain and discourages the reading of fine print. Yeah, gas lamps are, gotta open a window for those. The leaded windows are inconspicuously barred on the outside. The casements are surrounded by a government-issue velveteen draperies.
Okay, well, it doesn't seem like we can get more here.
Did we go to the newspaper place? No, we didn't.
We have not.
Hello, Charles. We're not interrupting.
Just finishing up, Sherlock. How's your brother? Dreadful accident. Coming round, is he?
Out of immediate danger, thank you. You remember my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson?
Of course. Hello, Doctor. Make yourselves comfortable in the loosest meaning of the word. I'll be with you in a moment.
The large orthomorphic projection of Europe is based on Flemish cartographer Gerard Mercator's principles. The map indicates national boundaries as of 1870, which is to say that it is wildly out of date. The faces of numerous consensual villains are depicted variously in a pen and ink drawings, pencil sketches, and photographs. Friedman had pinned up the assorted photographic portraits, the maligned Parnell, the anarchist Prince Kropotkin, and Nietzsche, philosopher and confined lunatic, are recognizable. One small portrait is arresting. I see. Yeah, the honor system is nothing when compared to Finders Keepers, because of these 5 more pixels. Pile of newspaper sits on a shelf. The latest edition of the Daily Telegraph contains the usual bits of sensationalism designed to expedite the sale of the same. One of Philo Remington's earliest efforts occupies the desk. Despite its obvious value to journalists, Friedman has treated it no better than his other effects. Oh, ashtray. An inexpensive gray glass ashtray overflows with ashes and ends from his Dutch-style cheroots. They cannot conceal the fact that it has been washed since Friedman left government service.
You've assembled a remarkable group of character portraits.
They are open, if slightly smeared, windows onto our capricious times. And the small posters are my rogues exhibit, villains all.
The portrait of Kropotkin is revealing.
Admirable man. His major weakness is prophesying war every next fortnight.
Even anarchists need a hobby, I suppose. I'm trying to identify a man, Charles. Might I explore your memory?
You can try. I assume your inquiry is confidential?
Acute as ever. The man figures somehow in the murder of a civil servant. Secrets of state are at risk.
What does he look like?
I've never seen him, but one who did says he's thickly built, fair, with a small discoloration on his bearded face, perhaps a birthmark. He was wearing a dark slouch hat and cape, and he speaks German.
Language is not decisive. He could be German, Austrian, Prussian, Hungarian, Polish, even Russian. Anything else?
Regrettably, no. The witness' vantage point and the lack of light made expression and gait unremarkable. He couldn't even guess at his age.
No one springs to mind, Sherlock. Or rather, 10 men do, but are they in England? Is he a criminal, secret agent, a diplomat? With so little to differentiate them, I'm useless, I'm afraid.
With such meager details, my hopes were not high.
Give me particulars, man, then maybe I can help. Or if not me, someone I know.
All right. Well, and also, remember, Wiggins is also keeping an eye out.
Yep.
Do you still have associates whom you trust at the Home Office?
Ah, you suspect the involvement of a foreign power, don't you? Yes, I was thinking along those lines myself. Listen, when you discover the man's identity, I can introduce you to someone who might help.
Thank you, Charles.
A pleasure to see you, Sherlock. You're always onto something intriguing.
Is this profusion of papers really necessary? Place is a fire hazard.
Impossible to have too many papers.
Watson is always at me to cut down on my consumption.
One should never be without a fresh newspaper. No item is more serviceable. Absorbs grease from fish and chips, wraps garbage or lines a threadbare coat. Use it as a towel, a fan, a sunshade, an umbrella, a dustpan, a carpet, and if worse comes to worse, heaven forfend, you can always read it. Help yourself to the Telegraph. It's hot off the press.
Your argument is exhausting, if not compelling.
Nice. Not obtrusive journalists. Damn, the 1880s were the time. What? Well, tell me, just this guy, at least. You just walked all the way around the desk just to do that.
Have you had more thoughts about my subject, Charles?
I rather expected a mugshot for reference. By the way, are you certain he wears a beard?
According to my source. Have you heard anything about terrorist involvement in the Diogenes explosion?
Not a whisper. It was an accident, certainly, wasn't it?
To say I hope so would be as unseemly as it would be insincere. But if you've heard nothing, let it be.
Okay.
Watson?
True. Yes.
Observations, Doctor?
The temperature here is positively glacial. If you are insensible to it, you must count Laplanders among your ancestors.
A picture of our villain would be invaluable, would it not?
Absolutely. But if I understand Mr. Friedman, a second-hand source would be close to worthless.
Fortunately, we know how to avoid that pitfall.
Do we? Opaque glass permits a degree of privacy when allowing a modicum of illumination to penetrate from this room into the dusk that distinguishes Friedman's office. Fair enough. Gonna give that door an old knock. It's probably a restroom, a privy.
Okay.
Well, we're at the 2-hour mark, Nick. If you want to try,
I think we'll pick up here on next stream at the bathhouse.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
that guy just did a set and just stood up real fast, man. Yeah, we'll continue this next stream. So yeah, I mean, we made a heck of a lot of progress tonight. So yeah,
things are happening.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pitfall. Yeah, exactly. All right, well, that is the end of tonight's stream. We'll be back again on, let's see, what is tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow we'll probably be picking up our next game with Hatt, possibly. I have to see if we can get that set up still. If you're out there, Hatt, I'll talk to you soon about that. But that said, I hope you guys had a good time and enjoyed hanging out with us here on the Courtesy Flush. We'll be back again tomorrow on Friday, so yeah. Great fun, Mystery Nick. Thanks for coming out here and playing this with us.
Yep. Glad to be here.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Let me go ahead and just shut the game down because it's going to be really... There we go. Excellent. Oh, hey, look. Silicon Soul, 25 pennies. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for the courtesy. Anyway, you guys have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you next time here on the Courtesy Flush. Take care.
Yep. Bye.